Hi everyone. So we've talked about shot selection, we've talked about pre-shot routine, and now we need to talk about how to practice efficiently. Key word there is efficiently. The biggest thing we can learn how to do to help us score better on the course is to learn how to practice and use the correct tools to succeed out there by doing them on the range. So first things first, we have to understand what type of practice are we going to do for the day. So are we going to be technique-based practice, or are we going to use course-like practice? Those are two options. Okay, you can almost do it as, are we doing a processing practice or are we doing a result-based practice? All different types of terms we want to use, but we have to figure out, are we going to focus on our technique today, or are we going to focus more on our results? That's first things first. We have to make the decision before we even step onto the range or onto the putting green, whatever it may be that you're going to work on. If we're going to focus on our technique for the day, we cannot worry about where this ball is going. We can't worry about if we make or miss the putts. We can't worry about if we chunk or thin the chips. We're not going to worry about the result. We're going to worry about doing everything we can to use and make the correct attempts at creating the correct technique. We need to set up proper alignment sticks from the range if we're using technique. We need to slow down. We need to do half swings. We need to do slower swings. We need to use different clubs to be able to do the correct technique with different length clubs, different ball positions. But we need to take that time to set ourselves up for success when we're trying to build technique. So if we are working on results, we're also going to take our time, but it's going to be done differently. We're not going to be able to use alignment sticks. We're not going to just hit a ball, take 5 seconds, hit another one. We're going to go through our pre-shot routine. We're going to even go through a little bit of our shot selection. And we're going to pretend that we're on the course and this shot matters most to us. This is the shot on the 18th hole, hitting in the green to make birdie on the last hole. That's how important each of these shots are when we're working on our results practice. So let's take that time either way, but let's manage that time differently based off what practice we're doing. So let's just cover super quick about some of the technique stuff. So whenever I have a student working on our technique, first things first, we'll always take out alignment sticks. We'll always get them placed down. We'll always get our one for our foot line. Okay. And we'll always get one for our ball position. We always want to create a tee. So that's the first thing I do every single time we're working on technique. Second thing I do, I usually will give them a pitching wedge or a 9-iron, and we are going to start off with some smaller swings. And those swings are going to be what's going to spur us into making the correct changes by doing the correct things in a very small functional swing. So you could be working on a whole lot of different things, but most of those things you'll be working on have something to do with hip high to hip high. So we're going to warm up hitting some of these shots. We're going to try to get in the correct positions. We're going to create some body awareness through that. Okay, so if you're working on something maybe in the follow through, let's hit a shot, let's hold the follow through. Hold it, tell yourself, okay, this feels bad, this feels good. Right? This is bad, this is good. Whatever it may be that you're working on. Just like that in the backswing, if you're working on some backswing stuff, go back here, hold it. Tell me, okay, this feels good. This isn't good. Right? This isn't good. Let's just hold it in the right position and then swing through to the proper one. Once we build our body feelings to take bigger swings, then we can work our way up. But don't jump to it. If we jump into taking full swings, our body's going to go right into what seems natural. And what seems natural, if you're working on changing something, is not a good thing. If we aren't feeling like we're doing something different when we're trying to change a technique, then we're not being successful. We have to let ourselves be uncomfortable when we're making changes. It's just fine. It's fine to hit the ball right. It's fine to hit it left. But enjoy being uncomfortable. Enjoy it because you know the results are going to come over time. As we continue to go through the process, take our time, set up the right fundamentals, we're going to see the results, but we have to be okay being uncomfortable. If we can do that, we're going to be very, very successful with our swing changes. So, after we do swing changes, after we kind of get that honed in, let's talk about results practice. So, results practice, I'm going to take away these sticks. These sticks are going to simply go away. And we are going to go into creating a game-like situation. So game-like situation means we don't set 3 balls here and hit one, hit the second one, hit the third one. Game-like situations means our golf bag is out here, 1 ball is here, we need to figure out the shot we're going to hit. We need to select it. Once we do that, then we need to go into our pre-shot routine. So we'll grab a club. We'll go into our pre-shot alignment. So we'll do finding our intermediate target. Once we have that, we'll look up, we'll create the visual. Then we'll create the feel. Once we have that, we're going to step up with some clarity and confidence to hit the shot. We're going to aim it with our club first, feet second. Once we have that, we're going to hit it with confidence. We're going to hold it. We're going to see what the result was. We're going to learn from it. And then we're going to move on. We're going to grab a different club. We're going to aim at a different target. And we're going to do that until we begin to learn how to properly get ourselves into the shot, get ourselves into the right mentality to hit the shot in the course. As you get better at this, you're going to be able to play more games, more result games oriented. Meaning making sure that you have some level of, okay, if I miss, there's a penalty. We need to put those penalties into our mind on the range, so when we get on the course and we see that hazard, we don't start to freak out about it. We say, okay, we've done this before. We know what to do. We know how to create some clarity. We know how to get confidence. We're going to step up and we're going to do the same thing we did on the range 1,000,000 times. If we can do that, we are going to see much lower scores. You're going to see balls going in the fairway, going where you're aiming them, and we're going to start to have a lot more fun. So, let's make sure we are making the correct decisions during practice and even before practice like we talked about. If we can do those things, we're going to make our practice be much, much more efficient. You're not going to have to come out for as long, and you're not going to have to worry so much if you're doing the right or wrong things. You have now the process of how to do those things and do them properly to succeed. Hope this helps everyone. I know you guys are going to see a lot of great results from this. Look forward to talking to you more about the golf swing and about the rest of the golf game to keep getting these scores to go lower and lower.